jump under. I have to be a little careful with this knee, right? Now, if I have a low mount, do something else, do something. If I have a low mount, I'm sitting here, and I don't touch your lower legs. Remember, Bob? Yeah, right. And so I'll sit with my hips down here. If I'm in a low mount, now I can hold your head. Yeah, because I can float. Yeah, you know, like this, right? Yeah. So if you wanted to roll me that way, I've got a hook that says no, you're not. So your job is to unhook your left leg. There. See, now you could go that way. Yes. Right, go back. So the point of my low mount is to use my hooks. To use my hooks. Not both.
No, just one.
The anchor on the far side, right? Okay, here like this, right? So I know that if I put this hand here, your first go-to is going to be this. So this is going to be, it's not even just like hooking the leg.
Yeah, I know, it's the hip pressure,
It's the pressuring on the hip, right? Because it's the hip that we want to move. So even if you unhook my leg, all I do is move my hips to the other side and my knees are still either side of your body. All I'm doing is changing. So now you want to roll me this way? No, the way you want it to. I'm not going. I've disconnected from, if I hold you, roll, see? If I disconnect, roll. I let you go. So if I have my hook, I pressure your head. If I lose the hook,
you float.
So lose my hook. Because you're going to manipulate me more easily when I'm connected. Well, like this is beginner 101. White belt day one, holds you like this, right? Just roll me over. Exactly. Right? So why was that so easy? Well, the white belt's grab. Right? Jump underneath. Right? So like, if I was like, and the hardest thing is I'll be like one of those, I don't know, teenage Asian brand new white belts that like, right? Alright. And he's here like this, now you roll them over. Right? And then you can't go.
Because they're all...
Because they're disconnected.
Just like float.
They're totally disconnected. Here like this, you can have my arm. Go this, you roll me over, I'm rolling. No, you got to roll me that side. No, I'm not even doing that. I don't know where I'm going. Sorry mate, it's day one. Don't know what I'm doing. Right, and they just spaz me like this. Right, but that's harder to fight than someone that's grabbing you. Because like, it's like trying to carry a mattress. Instead of like trying to carry a table. With a table, you grab this end, I'll grab this one. Over we go. A mattress, you need 15 people. The handles are never in the right place. I don't know why they put the handles where they do, because no one carries a mattress like this.
No.
Right? So you can't carry it flat because it doesn't fit through anything. So that's like low mount stuff, right? So mid mount on your back. So low mount, I'm either way low with hooks or I'm up high, away from those hips of yours.
Disconnected.
And like this. Right? The further forward I come, the more I lift my hips. Bridge. 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 Oops. Saw that. Right? Much harder. Right? Okay. If I'm going to sit in the middle, right? The middle's really good for punching. Right? But if I'm grabbing you and I'm in the middle, I don't have any hooks. I can't use my feet. My feet are there. So when you're sitting in the middle, that's what I said, like, your legs and arms are contradicting themselves in the way you mount. Because your legs are in the middle, which is where you normally sit like this. Right? Okay? Right? And then when you come and trap your own arm, and you've got no way of like, yeah, because I've got no hooks.
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm here like this, I've got no way of stopping you rolling
Yeah.
me off.
Yeah.
So I have to be like this.
Yeah.
Because it's the only place I've got hooks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I would never put my arm behind their head unless I've got the opportunity to be able to create hooks.
Yeah.
Otherwise I'm killing myself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I'm sitting here like this, now I'm going to be playing with the arms.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not holding your head.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you've got a low mount, you can hold their head.
Yeah.
Low mount's really good like this because I get to control the direction that your head looks. It's not bad for punching because I can use my shoulder like this. Right? It's not too bad for neck attacks and stuff.
Yeah.
But my main benefit of being here is that I have hooks.
Mm-hmm.
So I can hold your head.
Yep.
If I don't have hooks, I don't hold your head.
Okay. Yeah.
Because otherwise I'm taking away one of my arms for no reason. Yeah? Right?
Yep.
So then you can sit here a little disconnected with your hips forward and you can chase arms.
Yep.
Or you can chase the neck if you want.
Yep.
Yeah?
Yep.
Right, so I might put,
Which is what I usually do, is I'll have one hand in here.
yeah, so you have a hand on the collar,
Yeah.
settle to one side.
Yeah, I do it this one.
Yeah. Right. So just looking at, like you're not even, haven't even been thinking about like the different types of mount and the pros and cons to them. But like
No.
this is what, you know, like, as I said, like when you get your black belt, you stop hunting belts.
Mm.
And all you want to do is get better and learn more about jiu-jitsu. So like I reckon every year since I got my black belt, I've learned more than I did in the 10 years to get it. Because when you're trying to get it, you're trying to win tournaments and you're trying to learn new moves that are going to help you win, and you're going to win, and you're going to, it's all about fighting. It's not about understanding
Yeah.
how it works,
Yeah.
right? You're just like, well, this is successful, so I'm going to do more of it. Yeah. So, but you're only going to be successful at 20% of what you know.
Yeah.
So, like, what's the other 80%? What have you
Yeah,
not
you're-
been looking at? What's the stuff that you've been discarding because it wasn't successful enough for you to use when you're fighting or in competition? Yeah. Like how much gold is out there that you haven't been mining? Yeah. And like I really like this guy at SPG, and I really like his description, which is that he's a jiu-jitsu archaeologist. He goes, you don't have to go anywhere to find stuff. He goes, you start digging.
Yeah.
Start digging where you are.
What you already know, delve deeper. Mm.
No, look outside of it. Get the blinkers off. If competition success and successful techniques are there, yeah, and this is what you've been looking at, and that's 20% of jiu-jitsu, and then you take them off, because now you got your black belt. It doesn't mean you're not going to be competing when you're a black belt. It just means, like, but a lot of the time, like you feel, or we feel like that's the path to proving that we're deserving of the next belt. Yeah, but what about people who are injured who can't compete?
Yeah.
Do they never get graded? So how do
But still, most people
So how do
who
they-
do jiu-jitsu don't compete.
yeah, okay, so 90% don't compete, so how on earth do they get graded? Through knowledge.
Mm.
So in some way, if you were injured and couldn't compete, and you were looking at 80% of jiu-jitsu instead of 20%, you'd actually know more.
Yeah.
And people will go, yeah, but knowing more isn't being able to be effective as a fighter. Like, yeah, but like, if I ever fight in the street and I know 80% of jiu-jitsu, I think I'll be fine. Yeah, and the 20% that you're using in tournaments might not be the same 20% you're going to need in the street.
Yeah. Yeah.
So maybe the guy who's not competing, who's focused on 80%, yeah, not the 20% for tournaments, he might actually be better in a real fight.
Yeah.
Because that's all he's been looking at. It's like digging deeper into jiu-jitsu and understanding it better. Yeah, instead of like going on the path of success. So like you have your favorite things. Why? Because they were successful for you. You didn't choose them because before, like once they became successful, the first time you used it and it worked, that set off like a little light bulb. Hey, I'm on the right path because this worked. So you keep going down that because it was successful, right? You don't go, well, that worked, like what else is there? No, you're like, I'm staying on the path of success, and this technique that just worked has ignited the light forward for me, so I'm going to keep doing that. Yeah, and then you keep doing that, and then you add things, and it's been more successful, and then sometimes things fail, and you're like, oh, discard the thing that failed, go with success. Yeah, right? And so you'll develop like a very narrow range of very successful competition-specific techniques because they're successful, and that it sets off your reward system in your brain. Yeah, so you're like, yes, I want to go to training. I was successful. I won the tournament. I did the move. Let's go back to training. Get the next move. Yeah, but still, you're in these narrow 20% train tracks. Yeah, so I think getting your black belt almost sets you free because you don't have to be in the train tracks anymore. Yeah, like because we're always striving to get black belt. Once you get it, I think that it sets you free because you don't have to climb and reach and stuff and define yourself by winning. Unless you're like a 20-year-old world-class black belt and that's your thing, right? But I think for people like us, you get your black belt and then it's like, okay, so I'll give it a couple of years to mature into my black belt before I go compete again, maybe. So like, let's explore outside of that 20%. Because me anyway, I felt a massive pressure to be more perfect at the stuff that I'd just done, white, blue, purple, brown, black, than I did think about going forwards to like other stuff. Yeah, because I was the only black belt in the club. I was the head guy, right? So like, I felt my responsibility to all my students to know that stuff more perfectly than I did to go out on a tangent to go get new black belty things. You know, so like I turned back, and I've always done that at every belt, because when I got like purple belt or brown belt or whatever, I'm like, well, I was really good at half of the curriculum and I was okay at the rest. I want to go back and get really good at the rest. Yeah. Not just go, oh right, brown belt, what's next? Like that was never my thinking. It was always to look back and go, I could have done this better, I could have done that better. Like, and I'll stay looking at the previous grade stuff and trying to make that better as I'm moving through the belt, instead of like immediately trying to clamber onto all the new stuff.
Well, I try when we're training, like not to do the stuff that I